Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about how Ewan McGregor is developing a Kenobi Season 2. I gotta say, I've watched the Kenobi show and it's kind of lackluster. It's not where it should have been. It could have been way better. But let's see what this article says about the Kenobi show. Season 2. No one might be more dedicated to their Star Wars character than Ewan McGregor. The world finally saw the man return as Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Obi-Wan series, which was meant to be a limited run. However, it has been revealed by our producer that McGregor is actively developing the second season. Though audiences heavily criticized the Kenobi show, Obi-Wan series, for its story elements, it took some broad swings to allow the prequel trilogy to be addressed in a new and unique way. For a starter, we saw a much younger Leia Organa and how her personality was being developed even from a young age. We also got to see the deep hatred that Anakin Skywalker feels for Obi-Wan as Master and Apprentice battled it out in live action for the first time since Revenge of the Sith. The singular battle made waves to the community, and it's certainly something that we are all hoping will be expanded on. There was also a much deeper look at Order 66 and how it affected the Jedi and the Sith throughout the galaxy. Reva was a youngling who survived the ordeal, only to serve the person responsible for her near death, Darth Vader. Deborah Chow, who directed the Kenobi series, revealed that though they planned for it to remain a limited affair, things can always change. She also revealed how involved Ewan McGregor is with the creation of the second season. So let's hear what McGregor's pitch of Obi-Wan 2. It has been known that Ewan McGregor has been very adamant about wanting the Obi-Wan series to continue, and we don't blame him. The character's tragic backstory is even more elevated now, as he had to face down his biggest failure in creation, Darth Vader. The emotional climax of Anakin and Vader speaking to Obi-Wan was poetic and heartbreaking. Though the story could easily be wrapped up, there are another 10 years of stories to be told. According to director Deborah Chow, quote unquote, you'd always think you're going to end a series like this in some magnificent way, but instead you end up in a parking lot with second unit and hardly anyone there. It's always an anticlimactic, but as Ian and I finished our very last shot in second unit, and I was literally taking off my headphones, he was already pitching me ideas for season 2. There's another 10 years with plenty of storytelling, and I don't think it's off the board. It's a never say never situation, but we really don't conceive this to be a limited series. Despite Chow reiterating that the Obi-Wan is meant to be a limited series, he also revealed that it's a never say never type of situation. That is generally how most Star Wars projects come about. Fans beg and plead for years to see something develop, and sometimes those wishes are granted. No one knew that Obi-Wan would get his own series, and we were all happy for that it happened. I think saying that we were all happy that it happened is an overstatement, because there are people who are critical of the Kenobi series. present party included. I'm not going to say that the show didn't have any good stuff in it, because it did, but as a show overall, I wouldn't say that I was exactly happy with how it turned out. But that's just me. Even more interesting, how her quote is that she revealed Ewan McGregor has already been pitching to her his plans for the second season of the series. As the saying goes, you want something done right, do it yourself. McGregor has been heavily involved in his character for years, and fans would certainly be on board with him developing the second season himself. There are the current industry strikers to... There's a current... I promise I can read. There's a current industry strike to consider, which might have stopped any sort of works from moving forward on a proposed second season. Still, it does appear that McGregor's persistence might pay off in the long run. And the Star Wars franchise will have no choice but to develop a story further. Between the events of Obi-Wan and A New Hope, 10 years of backstories can also be told. We have no idea where Obi-Wan goes after he finally saves Leia. Also, he did manage to cut himself off from the Force after his... did he manage to cut himself off from the Force again after his battle with Darth Vader? If so, how long did it take him to do that? I really hope not. I think, if Obi-Wan was going to cut himself off from the Force after the events of Revenge of the Sith, it'd probably be for a year or two. But I don't think he would cut himself off from the Force. Maybe, not really use it often. But I don't think he would essentially cut himself off from the Force. And like I said, even if he did, be a year or two. Anyways, we might have to contact Ewan McGregor to pitch our ideas about Obi-Wan Season 2. Yeah. So... I think the Kenobi series should have been 5 years at most. 5 years at most from the events of Revenge of the Sith. Guess if Kenobi is 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith and before A New Hope, and the second season, I would guess, takes about a year or two after the events of Kenobi, assuming that it doesn't take place months after, then we're talking about 9 to 8 years time from the events from Kenobi Season 2 to A New Hope, which means in those years he does not age really well. Which I don't know. I think if the Kenobi show was done better, I would be more optimistic about it. I would be churning up with storms yeah, let's get a Kenobi Season 2, but I don't know. I don't know if I if I want it. If that makes sense. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Got anyone other, I will talk to you fellow mutants later.